Hi guys, welcome to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows to react, recap, review, and for the fun of it. Today, we are recapping Love is Blind Season 7, Episode 11, titled The Risk of Falling in Love. And Nick and Hannah are talking about how Nick was overly chatting to Katie at the party and the lady that he had 3 dates with in the pods, and he said he wanted closure from. She's claiming Katie is her best friend, but complaining that her man spoke to her for too long. And he asked her, since they are friends, why hasn't she asked her what they were talking about? Because he tried to to explain what they were talking about, but when he is explaining, she's still not like wanting an explanation of word per word in terms of why were they talking for like 40 minutes or so with her friend that he wanted closure from. I get her in terms of being bothered by the fact that he is talking to someone that he once had a connection with. So it seems like he wants to slip into that relationship. And she explained that she is feeling disrespected by him doing that. And she thinks that he was flirting with her. But she's the one who took Katie to meet up with Nick the first time she got there. I don't get Hannah's actions and how she doesn't see how her actions has led to what happened between Nick and and Katie. She also says that Monica had told her that Katie had the hots for Nick. So this is, I don't know what is happening. Maybe the producers told her to do this thing so that they can plant more arguments. They told Katie that go and tell, what do you think of Nick? Is Nick hot for you? Is what? And she just decided to go on a telling spread of saying that Nick is hot to everyone, which I don't see, but then maybe people's standards and all of that are not the same in terms of Nick's appearances. And also, if in this argument, she also told Nick that she had, so as they're arguing, she tells him that she had turned him into a man from a boy, and he didn't like that. And she doesn't even acknowledge the fact that she has said words that has hurt Nick. She just proceeds into saying how hurt she is, and then Nick brought out the fact that maybe she doesn't trust him or even Katie, and she doesn't like so if she doesn't trust him, how is she going to marry him? And the other time he told her, how is she planning to marry someone that is immature and bringing them into her life, and she couldn't answer. So these type of questions, once it's brought up to the mature person to say, what do you think of this, how are you going to handle this, she doesn't know how to handle it because she's parading as a mature person while she's insecure about a whole lot of things, even about this relationship, even about the fact that maybe she doesn't like Nick for herself, and she can see that she is narrowing down in terms of her standards, but then she is not acknowledging that and saying, this is the part I don't like. Maybe is part of the experience. You can't say that you do not like a person. You need to have found a reasons that maybe he flirted with my friend and then I don't like him because of that. And instead of saying I don't like him because I do not like the type of person he is and the fact that his living conditions are the way they are while he's 28 years old, and the fact that he can't handle a lot of things in the relationship. No, she would rather talk to him down, do all of those things so that he feels small and maybe hope that he will leave her. So that's what she's doing. And also, I don't understand why Nick couldn't discuss the whole conversation that he had, or some part of it that they showed us when he told Katie that he is in love with Hannah and they're in a good space. He could have told her that she was also giving him advice in terms of how to be more mature and how to be leading with his more of his personality instead of being flirtatious, even though that he says that that is him, and maybe that would have made Hannah look a little bit less insecure than she is looking now. And it ends, their conversation that did not end nice. They just hugged each other and that's it. And yeah, she said that she wants to go to sleep. And Taylor and Garrett are in San Diego and to meet with her family and friends. And she explained what had happened the previous night in terms of they were discussing the whole text from the ex and they didn't sleep the whole night because of it and how she was crying about it. And yeah, and now they seem to be in a better space because they have discussed it. And I think maybe Ashley gave her tips on how to move past issues because I think that's what she's doing in her relationship. And Ashley and Tyler are on a date and he's still saying sorry. She's wondering what will happen if the kids come into their life in 5 years or so. And she has, and you can see that she has forgiven him. And also to show that Tyler maybe want went into more details about his kids to Ashley. When she says that the kids might come into their lives in 5 years, he doesn't correct her and say that that won't be possible because he's not involved. He cut ties off. He cut ties he cut ties in terms of like in the involvement that he is with the kids. So there's no way the kids will come into his life unless if they are just coming to meet them. But when she says these things, he doesn't say, no, come, that's not how it's going to work, or this is how it's going to work. Like I just feel like some of their conversations in this show, they are left hanging. Maybe they are left hanging for a purpose. And Marissa and Ramses are baking and they are filling out marriage certificate, and they submit the certificate together. They're anxious, they are worried about it and stuff. And I want to say with their different views in life and probably even different values, and how Marissa is wanting God to be female, and I think that they will still get married because I maybe of how I don't know why they will get married, but they are giving energy that they want to get married, even with all of those differences that they have. And yeah, and also the fact that she wants a lot of things to be more of like questioning and all of that, and also the fact that he doesn't seem to be supportive. And if she gets married, from what we are seeing, because they are either this or that, she will definitely go on birth control. Because with them, it seems like they can't think outside of birth control or vasectomy for him or condoms. They just think that this is how it should be done. And because they want kids in the future and all of these things, they are not thinking beyond whatever conversation that they have. I wonder if actually Love is Blind should consider having, oh man, they won't do it because this is part of the experiment. I don't think they will do premarital counseling because of the fact that this experiment, if they do premarital counseling in 2 weeks' time, then most of these people won't get married. Maybe in this case, it might only be Garrett and Taylor and Ashley and Tyler if they lie to the therapist, or if he lies to the therapist because he's the one that's able to lie the most. So these things they won't. I don't think it will make a major impact into the show. And Hannah and Nick are still discussing her insecurity with regards to the conversation Nick had with Katie, and he's meeting up with her friends, and they are still not over that conversation. So this will be part of their meeting up. They ask him what made him feel that he is ready to get married, and he just says that he is just feeling like now it's time to focus on maybe having his own family and growing up. And her friends agrees that she is actually mean, but they don't say it to her face. And actually mean, but they say that her meanness is needed because the truth needs to be heard. And I'm like, there's a way in which you can tell the truth without being mean. These people do not know how to talk to other people, or they have not learned how to address issues. they just maybe they are all mean to everyone that they meet. And they start discussing how Hannah's requests and that list that she had about that 10-point bullet point. And then he says that he's reluctant to meet the request that Hannah has, and he sounds like he's doubting that he can make it up. And like picking up after the list is like picking up after himself, helping with Luna and not flirt with other women, respect Hannah, and those are valid requests in the marriage that she's asking him to do. They are very small, they are not like big things. And he ended up saying that he will be able to do it, he will be able to pick up after himself, help with Luna, help in the relationship without being asked. And yeah, that's these the friends were not really impressed with him anyway. And Garrett and Taylor meet up with her mom. She's explaining that how she had to convince her dad that to come and support his child in this wild experience. And she had already welcomed Garrett in the previous meeting, I guess, because they had met, even though they didn't show us that meeting, because she just showed us a selfie of everyone, and it was a big table of people that were meeting Garrett, and they seemed happy with him. And even her mom now, she's happy with Garrett. And so Hannah is talking to her mom about how incompatible Nick and her are. And she mentions that they don't match intellectually, financially, and humor wise. And she doesn't want to go and yeah, but she doesn't go give details. And her friends don't like him as well. Her mom tells her that they want her to be happy, and if they are happy in this relationship and they love each other, all of these things that she mentioned don't matter. And when it comes to Hannah, Nick listens to her, to the girls the most. And this is why she ended their relationship in the pods. And I think that she's considering doing it even in this case, because her friends did not like Nick in that meeting. And now they move to the next scene is them fitting dresses, and Hannah and Nick are missing. Vanessa joins the ladies. Vanessa, the host, joins the ladies, and apparently Marissa had asked if she had called off the wedding, and Vanessa is just ignoring all of that, and she's asking questions to the guests of the bride. And Taylor's mom, we found out that Garrett is not Taylor's type physical wise through her mom, and she had not made Taylor did not make this whole thing that Garrett is not her type part of their whole storyline, like the rest of the people that have ended their relationship. Like Monica had said that Steven was not her type. Hannah keeps saying that Nick is not her type. And yeah, it just shows that some people are able to look beyond. And so indeed, love is blind for them, because that's what Vanessa even got as well. And Marissa's friends like the choice that Marissa has made in terms of the fiance that she has, and she thinks that they deserve each other. Marissa's mom has warmed up to Ramses, even though she thinks he's a hippie, and she is confident in the choice that Marissa has made, and she's going to support her child. And Garrett has his high school friends, and they are both happy for Taylor and him. And Ramses has brought his friend as well. As they are fitting their dresses, they are emotional, and she's happy that Tyler chose her. Ashley is happy that Tyler chose her. And at one point, she didn't think that this was going to be possible for her. I think this is why she's forgiving him for lying about the kids, because she has thought that it was not going to be possible for her to get married. And Ramses, so it's the ladies and the guys are fitting in different rooms, but as their scenes are made at going concurrently, so not concurrently, but like they shoot the ladies and then you find yourself at the guy's side. So I'll be talking about it like that as well, the way it was happening. And Marisa's mom comment that she sees her daughter as as a little girl in a princess dress, and the dresses, all of them looked nice in all the girls except the first dress that Taylor fitted. And although she liked that dress, no one else liked it, and she had to fit another dress, and her mom approved of that dress. And I think it was important that the first dress had pockets and all of that. They're all wearing white. And so when they are commenting, they're like, no, we like the color. I'm like, but the color has always been white. Like, I don't get it. Do people wear different color dresses there in America for weddings like they do in other countries like South Africa, where they wear cultural dresses, colorful dresses, and all of that? Um, she and Nick and Hannah, they are there on their own, and she's asking him if the push and the helping that she has been helping him was too much for him. And Hannah is not self-aware, and she keeps saying that he has an ego, and she brings out the 10 point that she had written about the fact that he's immature and all of that. And she tells him that she loves him, but she's not willing to put him through all of these things to get to the altar and say no. So that's why she's ending it. She calls him to break up, and Nick told her that he doesn't want to look bad. That's why they are having the conversation. So if they had broken up via text, then he was not going to be happy with it. I think that's what he's telling him. And he says that it's one of the worst feelings in his life. And she tells him that she's done trying, and they hug, and that's how it ended. And I think this is good for them to break up, and especially for Nick, as I don't think the rudeness and the meanness he was getting was warranted from this lady. He didn't have the balls to call it off. He was never going to break up with her from what I saw. Like, he just seemed like he's going to keep trying to make the relationship work. And Ramses and Marisa go on a boat cruise, and he didn't invite his family because they still follow his ex-wife, and he doesn't want them in, like, some of his family doesn't want them, but he's going to invite his mom, I think, from what we are hearing. And she asked him to bring a gift for her mom because he has not done anything. Now that I think about it, he didn't even take anything when he met her mom, to like the first time they met. He didn't, like the rest of the guys, they take stuff to meet the other people's parents, and he's not doing that. And also, Marisa has not met his mom, unless if they met off camera, because that's also possible. But it's just thing that they are talking about. Even when they start talking about the wedding and how she has a lot to do, and she they are trying to figure out their living conditions and stuff like that. And it seems like at that specific moment in time, he's not helping with the wedding and choosing the colors and all of that. And he's saying that the reason why he has not done that is because he's focusing on the most important part of, I think the most important part in this case is so that they can have um as much as intimate moments between them together. Like, I don't understand that they just having rounds and rounds. Instead, that's the most important part of their relationship, to see if they will work. What is the point of doing that if they are going to be married for life after the wedding, that he's not trying to plan? And she had told him that it's important for him to be part of the wedding planning because she will feel like he's more involved. So now he's opting out not to help with the wedding. Ramses is giving vibes that he doesn't want to marry her, or he's having doubts about it. I don't know. He's just not giving me confidence that they are actually going to get married. And then Ashley and Tyler go skydiving, and it has been part of her wish list to do it right before they get married. And she is happy, and she feels like they are ready for marriage now. And Taylor and Garrett, oh Lord, Taylor and Garrett, I'm happy for them. And their date was amazing. They were on this galaxy looking like uh date, and they were having good times because that's part of their experience, and the fact that they are into science. So I think that's what how their date got tailored to accommodate them. And they're saying that this will be their last time seeing each other until their wedding. And even their conversations was light. I'm glad they talked about him responding to his ex, and that they have fixed the whatever was going on in their relationship then, and what made her sad, and now she's happy in this relationship. Marissa and Ramses are trying to figure out their living conditions. He's the one that brings out that, and he doesn't tell us what about it that they're trying to figure out. It seems like he has met up with people, and now it seems like he's unsure of his decision to marry her. And those people are bad influence to her. She tries and shows him that it seems like when he goes out with these people, he comes back and he doesn't feel confident about getting married to her. And we don't know what is it that those people have said. Marissa and Ramses are making it, yeah, difficult to watch their conversations. It's like we just watch them talking about stuff that do not have conclusion, that do not have an introduction. We just know there's an issue that they will talk about and not finish and not give us details. That's what they do. I hope that they get married because they seem to love each other, and maybe love will be enough to keep them together anyway. And that's how this episode ended. Thank you for watching this recap. Please comment, like this video, and subscribe to Reality React. See you guys in the next recap.